Ugh.
Well, I was vacuuming everything 1,000 times. Not
Oh,
1,000 times, but they have Kelsey and Roger, the people that live here, have
mhm.
two types of Dyson vacuum cleaners, which is kind of a treat.
I would never consider a vacuum a treat, but if
I
I,
know. That
but
is,
I think I get the vision.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I have a friend who resonates with the like fun cleaning tech. Like my friend Patty got a new mop and she's like, I have to leave right now, but I just got this in the mail, so I'm gonna unwrap it and give it a whirl.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So
man.
anyway, there's obviously two dogs here. I'm gonna fix this thing. Webcam is not amazing. How to do it. There we go. So there's two dogs and the cat here. Two are black and one is sort of black. So obviously hair is getting everywhere. So I was curious to see how long would go by before I would have to start dealing with pet hair. And I probably could have done it a couple days ago, but like it's nice because it's all hardwoods and then there's some area rugs, so all the hair just goes in the corners, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
That is nice.
So I was doing that and I was like, all right, Sunday. Time's going by.
Yeah. Um, you gotta, at some point in this meeting, you gotta show us the dogs if they come to visit.
Oh, yeah, they're usually in here while I'm here. I can do that when they come. Dogs, where are you? Oh, they are here. Well, one is. Rhoda is. Freya, come here, mamas. Come here. Come here.
Oh,
There you
puppy.
are. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my
they're
goodness.
pups. This one is an ex show dog, and the black one is an ex police dog. But
Oh
they're
my
both
goodness.
only about 2-ish years old.
The
So they're
police dog reminds me of Cora if she were bigger and beefier.
really, oh, they're
So
so
cute.
sweet. Um, the black one, Freya, she's a little cuddler. So they both have their like little apartments in the basement, like their crates that they like to be in. And that's
Hmm.
where they get fed and stuff. Also, lowest maintenance dogs ever. They get fed once per day.
Hmm.
And then you just take them out to fucking go. And then Freya pees and poops on command.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, huh, Bonnie? She sleeps in the bed with me if they don't stay in the crates at night, and Una sleeps under the bed, or she goes into the bathtub, or she's a little nervous. A little
Hmm.
nervous. Yeah. And the kitty does not sleep in the bed, but will come in the morning and be like, it's time.
Aw, wake up call.
They're all basically in love with me, except for the dragon, who was warming up, I think. Today was a good day so far. You have to bond with the dragon. You have to bond with the lizard. And
You
if
do.
they don't want you, they are like, mm-mm.
Mm,
And it's not like you can't like pick them up if they're like, no, but like if they're in their little spot where it's safe for them, you can't just go in there and get them, you know?
yeah. You
You're
you
supposed to
got to
take the
keep
lizard out.
them. Don't want to stress them out. Exactly.
Right. Um, and they want you to take them out like once per day. And I've only been able, since I've been here, which has been like a week and a half maybe, I've
Hmm.
only been able to take her out like twice because she just isn't feeling it. So I'm just spending time in the morning. I'm spending time like next to her cage. Like apparently they like to watch TV or watch her play
Mm.
video games or whatever. So my brother had lizards growing up. So I'm thinking about texting him and being like, listen, I remember the lizard situation. He had
Yeah.
iguanas.
Good tips.
Please tell me the best. Because I was like afraid they were gonna bite because they were like, oh, unless they think it's food. And I'm like, I don't know. How would I know?
I
But
mean,
I
if
don't,
they're used to getting fed with like tongs, then it'll be fine. But you don't know that when you're coming into it.
I watched a bunch of videos about them and they really are just like harmless little things.
Hmm.
But they get stressed out easy, obviously. So
Yeah. We unfortunately, I don't know if you remember Bubbles the snake. Um, we love him so much, but he got out at some point, and we're just hoping that he found his way outside and survived, because we'd rather not think that he went in the crawl space and died.
right.
Um, And right around toward the end of when we before Bubbles got out, we wound up catching another snake on the same glue trap type thing. But it was a
I remember you talking about this.
huh?
I think I remember you talking about this.
The second snake.
Yeah. Or us.
Um, Yeah, the first snake was a black rat snake, a little juvenile that was so sweet. It got caught on our glue trap and we were gonna rescue it, but it was cold outside. So after we got it free from the glue trap and like baking soda the residue, we took it to the Petco down the road and they were like, we don't take this because it's a native and here's what you need to do to take care of it. Do not let it outside in this cold weather or it will die. So we were like, okay, I guess we'll just hold on to it until the weather is nicer. And we'll follow their instructions to keep it alive. And it was so sweet and so docile. We loved Bubbles, and Bubbles seemed to love us. But it was unclear how often we were supposed to feed him. So we did our best, but I think maybe we were supposed to feed him more often because it varies. So I think maybe he got out and looked for more food. Um, but we were able to take him out. We could play with him. He would like wrap around us, and we tried to keep an idea about like when to put him back. He's not a constrictor, so he wouldn't like if he gets tight, it's only because he's gripping. We didn't have to worry that he was gonna like try to suffocate our finger.
And then
Um,
five.
yeah. And of course, because he's non-toxic or non-venomous, he didn't really have toofies. So if he were to bite, it would be like an inconvenience because we want to carefully detach him, but like it wouldn't be dangerous. And also, he never bit. He's just so sweet, dude. And so then we wound up catching a garter snake who was totally different. And garter snakes are also non-venomous and they're also talk kind of docile. They make good pets. This one was very feisty. We called him Snappy, short for Napoleon Bonaparte III. And he was very snappy, is very snappy. We thought maybe once we get him acclimated, we follow the same steps we did because we had got a second tank, which we happened to have a second tank because Bubbles was getting longer. So we went to the thrift store and we happened to find a bigger tank. And it was perfect. It just didn't have a lid. So we went to the pet store and got a lid for a couple bucks. And so he was much happier. And of course, we got local leaves and sticks. So it would smell like the area. And he loved climbing on those sticks. He wouldn't necessarily try to get out. He was just like, he'd wrap around it and he'd be like, hi. Super cute. And Snappy, he consistently like just snap, 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 flip around. Like he hasn't bought us, but like you can tell that like he's not social like Bubbles. And then eventually Bubbles got out, and then we just had Snappy, and we're trying our best to do better by Snappy. We're feeding him just to be safe. Like he doesn't eat the little mice, he eats worms, but in small bite things because he's so little. And unlike Bubbles, who would have gotten relatively long as a rat snake. Garter snakes really don't get that long. So we have to like cut the worms in half. And worms, of course, have like 1,000 hearts. So they are still alive after you cut them. And they just become more worms.
Yep.
But I had to do that for Jonathan because he is the person that, like many people, didn't even want to bait a hook. I will be baiting the hooks when we go fishing on our trip. But he's like, I don't want to do this. So I am the one that cuts all the worms when it's time. Um, and it's, I don't know, we're still feeding him. We're using tongs and we're doing everything we can, but he just is not warming up to us the way that Bubbles did. I think it's just a difference in personality. Um, and snakes are individuals. They have their own personalities, and I feel like we might end up needing to let Snappy go because after all this time, he's still like snapping. And he's actually trying to get out, like actively. Bubbles happened to get out, but he wasn't like all the time actively trying to get out. Whereas every time I look at Snappy, he's like trying to figure out a way out. He does sometimes chill out and like hang out on the sticks, but he spends a lot of time trying to escape in a way that Bubbles never did. It just makes us miss Bubbles more because we would never be able to take Snappy out and cuddle with them like we could with Bubbles. But um, but I think if he continues to be like this, I might need to let him out because it is nicer weather outside. Um, and there are lots of worms out right now because it's been so moist. So hopefully, if we do end up letting him out, hopefully he will survive better than I think Bubbles would have because poor Bubbles was so sweet. He was really bad at hunting. So that's why we're just kind of hoping for the best if he got out, like hoping against hope that he did survive. The weather was a bit nicer when he did, so he would have at least a better chance than when we first got him. But yeah, no, we're really sad we don't have Bubbles anymore. We really fell in love with that snake, and Snappy is not in love with us. So he's very cute boy or girl. You can never, it's hard to tell. Speaking of boys, did you hear garbage?
No.
Oh, he just made a little ow. He's so
Oh, the cat
cute.
here meows like that. The cat here doesn't have like a meow, it's a
Yeah, this
I
boy.
know, yes.
He's getting, he's also
Well,
getting kind of worse.
kind of nervous.
No, he's kind of getting worse health-wise, but he still takes
Oh,
pets. So we're trying to make peace with the fact, like we have an appointment this month. We're trying to make peace with the fact that it might be getting close to his time, but he's not lashing out or anything still. So we're gonna do our best and see if there's any other things we can try because we've been trying lots of stuff.
yeah.
Don't climb on my keyboard, buddy. But anyway, so how have you been? I know you've been vacuuming, you've been enjoying dogs.
Yes.
Oh, you have poop on your face.
Uh, I don't know. I'm just like settling into a rhythm. Like this is a lot of house to take care of, and it's a lot of there's the house and the pets are full time.
Yeah,
And like it's meant for a family to take care of, not one person. So it pretty much takes up a lot. It takes up a lot of my time.
right.
But it's nice. I also was on um a THC break.
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember.
um I pretty stressed out and I don't know, feeling fine, I guess. I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm fucking tired.
That is so real. Ugh,
Everyone
also
is like
been
tired right
wicked
now.
tired lately. I think this is just a time, like I think everyone is collectively tired for different reasons. It's just there's stuff in the air that is making us more fatigued with everything going on in our individual lives that we are all collectively tired at the same time.
Well, also like Mercury's in retrograde for a
Mm,
month, and there's other things happening astrologically.
yeah.
Also, we had a long ass fucking winter. I think that, and also just politically, I officially logged out of all my social media and deleted the apps. Like I can't
Mhm.
do it anymore. Not even fucking LinkedIn. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't blame you. It is a lot, especially with the 250 happening and everything
Yeah.
that entails. It's like amped up to 100. So
Yeah.
like I went on Netflix for the first time in I don't know how long because I heard of this documentary that I wanted to watch and um, Netflix, everybody knows, is just getting worse and worse and worse and raising the prices more and more. But in addition to all the slot games that were advertised in multiple lines, first thing in the app, that who goes on Netflix to play games? I'd love to know
Who's
one
today?
singular person
Really?
that goes on Netflix to play games.
Um,
But there's so many like documentaries that are like um, it's like patriotic stuff and 250 stuff. And I'm just like, I don't have it in me to be patriotic right now. I'm just gonna like this is the first year we haven't done any fireworks on the 4th of July. We went to our friend's house and my D&D friends, and we literally just like ate food and talked. And it wasn't, there were no fireworks, there was no anything. We were gonna play a game, but we wound up just talking the whole time and catching up because we haven't seen each other and we're used to seeing each other every week. Um, and so that was nice because I haven't been socializing out much outside of like once in a blue moon when we have a work day in the library and I get to see my coworkers, which is nice, but it's not the same. It was nicer than usual because it was just my immediate team. It wasn't like the boss's boss flying out from Florida like happens sometimes. It was just us, which is always nice because they're like my team, especially after our Florida trip. We are bonded. Um, one of them saw my boobs, so you can't break that bond. Um, but yeah, it's a whole thing, dude. Like it's so hard to escape it. So I 100% do not blame you for just opting out of that because it's so much right now. The more like, and of course I live in a rural area and rural people love 4th of July. Just another reason why we couldn't go to the tents is because 9 times out of 10 those tents are very like MAGA and we just don't want to support that right now. So yeah, because if they were to like advertise not being that, then they'd probably get burned down and it's a fireworks stand, so that'd be extra dangerous. So tensions are high and it's exhausting. But
Um, what did it for me was, well, I'm definitely triggered by what is the word?
patriotic stuff.
Yes. Um, but like I had open Facebook, and mind you, I just got back on Facebook recently. I have like 22 friends, most of them are people I went to high school with. And
Mm-hmm.
somebody one of I consider dear friends and still like have a love in my heart for her and always will forever.
Mm-hmm.
She has also never lived outside of the town that we grew up in.
Wow.
We put a post, and this is like a lot of people that I went to high school with still live there. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
from there, so it's not that strange that I left.
Yeah.
But anyway, um, she had this really short few word post about like, hey, Mom Donnie, fuck off or something. And I was like, as a New York City resident, I have quite the fucking opposite sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
Kidding me? Are you
Yeah.
kidding? New York City's been a piece of shit for a fucking decade longer. And now it is actually to a point where I don't feel like I have to escape there, even though I'm escaped now. But geez, I was like, I can't listen, I can't see this.
Yeah.
You've never even been here.
I was just gonna say it's the wildest thing. The people I've heard griping about Zondani the most are the ones that are not there.
Because they're
And
fucking racist. It's
And
because
everyone that I've heard that actually is like in the area, I've not talked to a person that is actively in, Mom Donnie land as someone's called it, and is actually as miserable as the people griping
dude,
about it.
Mom Donnie Land is fucking amazing. It is
Like we love
amazing.
it here. We have hats and they're
That they
cooler.
fucking the sidewalks are shoveled and emergency snow situations. Like he's good at social media, so he's able to warn the city about like floods. Hey, Freya, chill, dog. Um, it has changed. It has changed the entire community of all 5 boroughs of
Yeah.
New York City. It really has. And
And
also,
he
he
was able
literally
to
gave us a
like,
parade on Thursday because the Knicks won. And then
yeah,
literally people got the day off from work that day.
that's
Yes, like
so
most people got to
cool.
work that day.
That sounds hard to
So
pull
like,
off in New
fuck
York
off. The
City.
people who don't like Mamdani are racist because like I mean he is a similar nationality to whoever quote unquote bombed near. So it's like, and I was talking to my friend Julie about this, about because I was like, well, what do you think people? It was before Mamdani was elected, and I was like, what do you think the city will think if because it was looking like he was going to be elected, and we wanted him to be elected.
Hmm.
And Julia was like, I think it shows that New York City is not biased in that way. And we don't just have a situation and then, stick to, like, we all know Muslim people in New York City.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean that like, so it just shows that New York City is fucking open. And we don't put like a scarlet letter on an entire race of fucking people because of,
Definitely not now compared to before. And like there's
right.
bigger issues that are on the doorstep every day.
And
So
we need
like,
a radical in New York City. The fucking mayors of New York City have notoriously been fucking perverts, Me
mm,
Too pieces of shits who like literally don't give us any services at all. So fuck you, dude. Anyone who is listening to this has a problem in Mamdani, literally go to hell. Go directly to hell, a different hell, because this is already one type. Go to
yeah.
another planet's hell and live there. Or come here and change your life.
One
Here.
other cool thing about Mamdani is despite the fact that he is in this area that is being shunned by so many right wingers,
Mhm.
despite all the right wing people that hate him, he was able to win over their god, their president, um, with his like the thing about people that are always like, oh, I hate politicians. Yes, to a degree, I can see that. But the thing about politicians is the politics that you hate is also necessary because you can't just go swinging your dick around everywhere. You have to be able to deal with people. And that's what has kept the peace in the areas that sure, they needed more change, but at least they weren't at each other's throats. And now we're finally seeing a period of time where people were like, oh, I really want him because I'm tired of the politics. Well, you win. You got rid of the political correctness, as you called it at one point. And now you have so much divide and so much conflict in the country itself that we're not, things are just getting worse and worse and worse. And, relations, because we don't want to be good at, dealing with people. People hate us more and more overseas as well, and we're making enemies left and right, making people hate us more than they ever did before, because there you have a non-politician and you have someone who is hiring other people that are abrasive and non-politicians. And so Mondani, the fact that he was able to, hey, no, 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 no. If you're gonna squat like that, hold on one second. Emergency intervention. Hey, buddy. Hey, I know, I see your little butthole twitching. You gotta go. I know, bud. I know. You probably don't know what's coming yet, but I know. There you go.
In that butthole sixth sense.
Oh, yeah. And it's getting swollen back there, very inflamed. That's TMI. But, I'm a poo cat mom, so you gotta deal with it. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things where I always get annoyed when people say that and then they're just completely oblivious as to why everyone hates us. And it reminds me of McCain whenever people were doing all these racist campaigns against Obama. And he actually had someone, like a little old lady, at one of his rallies that tried to come up and talk to him. And he was respectful to her. But then she was like, I heard that he's a radical Muslim and terrorist or whatever nonsense she was spouting off. And he literally cut her off. He's like, no, no, we're not doing that. We're going to keep it to the subject. And say what you will about McCain, but I always respected that, especially compared to how things turned out, where it's like nothing is off limits. But that is an idea of the politician that we need more of. We need to go back to the be able to speak to each other across the aisles instead of just staying in our own little echo chamber and worsening the effects of everything, and not being able to work together because of the heightened tensions and the childishness, honestly. Like just having little hissy
Like
fits. So,
high school bullies who were idiot, ugly people.
yeah,
Just like, when I didn't get my way when I was 14.
yeah,
So the girl wouldn't kiss me and I have a small pee-pee.
literally. And now I have to wear my FBI jacket and fly my girlfriend around just so I can prove
Yeah.
I'm man enough. Yeah, like it's pathetic. But also like that's one thing that I do really like about him. Like with everything else, I love the fact that he was able to successfully schmooze our president that is
No,
notorious for only associating with the worst people ever. He was
yeah,
able to work his way in, work his political magic, and be like, okay, he's happy, so he's not going to be actively shutting me down at every turn, which he has done to other people that don't keep him happy.
yeah.
So I like that he struck that balance. That's really hard to do,
Knows
man.
how to do it. And like people like hating politicians is only a thing because politics is a thing. So
Yeah.
playing politics, yeah, if you're bad at the game, maybe you should be hated. Or
It's
maybe you're hating
frustrating that
that.
would it be nice if we didn't have to play the game? Sure.
Right.
But we're
But
not
this is
there
the
right
Hunger
now.
Games, and that's
Yeah,
the reality.
exactly.
But there are, I mean, there are things that are sickening about what Mamdani is doing, but I've learned that like he's also inherited programs and things that we're going through. Like I was recently a part of a protest and also a court hearing about, remember I told you the hotel thing where, oh yeah,
Yes.
Wyndham thing.
Yeah.
Mamdani is pushing that through, but he was inherited it. So like in my mind, I'm like, all right, I can only imagine that that and this gets pushed through and then something else happens because like I can't imagine and like I can't imagine him not thinking of a because like there does need to be a solution to the issue, but
Hmm.
what they're doing is not it. And they've been doing it for a long time and it's fucking shady. It's illegal. So
Yeah.
much of it is illegal. So like and there's other stuff with property going on too, where like people who inherit their families' homes in the boroughs, you know, those property values are in the millions now when they were originally, you know, purchased by the owner. But like the black and brown people that are born and raised here deserve that property. And there is some sort of like thing where like once the owner dies, it doesn't automatically transfer to the child or something like that. I can't remember if that's even it, but there is some other like shit. You know, I'm not saying that Mamdani is some sort of hero, but he is creating a Mamdani land
Yeah.
that we desperately fucking need because
Hmm.
the vibe in New York City for the decade has been fucking bullshit trash. It's been bullshit, bullshit, bullshit trash. And that doesn't mean like excess crime. It means people are upset and sad,
Yeah.
poor,
I'm
like broke. Like shit
tired.
costs, one bag of groceries costs $100. No matter what the fuck you have in there, it costs, and anytime you go out to eat, it's 50, everything is $50 per person. That's it.
Jeez.
So like, yeah, it costs a lot to live. We all know it. It costs even more to live. And also we were dealing with things like, you know, grocery stores not being able to pay their rent and then not being able to sell their stuff. So police officers going and taking all the food and destroying it right in front of the entire community.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just destroying food so that no one can eat it and then it can't be sold. There's literally
That's
videos of it on the internet. It is insane. So we have witnessed all of this. We witnessed bodies in semi trucks outside of hospitals. So fuck anyone who thinks that we don't deserve a Mamdani land. Come live here for a decade. Come live here for a week
yeah.
and then fucking cry to me.
That's insane.
It's insane.
One thing that the rural area has going for it is churches do step in often. So like our food banks are
Yeah.
powered by when the grocery store has a bunch of food that's going to go off, the churches step in and they're like, we're going to give this, we're going to have this for our food bank. The food bank is stocked with food from stores that couldn't sell it in time. Like when we went to the food bank, all the stuff that we got was either right at the date or about to. Some of it
Mhm.
was even past the date, but it's a type of food that like is good past the date. And it's because that's where they get their food from. But because they do that, you can get much more food. Like instead of just going and getting like one can and one box, they can be like, how many people are in your household and give you a sufficient amount of food based on that, which is really, really nice. They'll even help you get it loaded if you need help getting it loaded in your car in some cases. But of course, it's limited if you're not living in the area. That's the one that I can only go to once a year now.
Yeah.
Um, but the fact that they're not doing that in New York, I do.
Well, it's all it's happening, but it's in like you'll see at the churches they do have like pantries where they have everything outside and people are getting in line. But it's not enough. It's not enough for the
For
you know
all the people
how
there,
many people live on
yeah.
one fucking block? So like Mamdani also is opening a chain of grocery stores owned by the city for the first time ever, so that residents can have cheaper groceries, and they're starting in the Bronx. So like
Dang.
yeah, we need that. We need that.
Yeah.
Like there's co-ops here, but like, and I was a part of a co-op for a while. One, you
Hmm.
have to be a part of it, and two, you have to do a shift. You have to do so many hours of shifts every 6 weeks or
Hmm.
4 weeks or whatever it is, depending on how the members are. And if you don't do it, you get suspended. You can't shop there. And those prices are much cheaper and the food is all organic and blah, 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 blah. And it
Right.
was all, but it was also like on the other side of the park, getting there. I had to take an Uber home sometimes. Like it was not convenient for me at all, but it was like one of the three places I could get fresh food.
Yeah.
So there's just lots coming. There's just lots
Yep.
coming. It's just because like he's answering the whole thing of like, how hard is it to do this thing? It doesn't seem that hard. And then the other politicians are like, well, we don't have to get the money and da 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 da. Mom Donnie did it all in like 3 fucking months, like 100 days, and like balance the whole budget. Like there's no deficit anymore. Like, yes, we were all not crazy. We were just being gaslit this whole fucking time.
Hmm.
And also other mayors are now going to be held accountable for their smaller ass puny city. You can't fucking achieve this in your puny little tiny city, America. Happy birthday. 250 years of gaslighting us that you can't do shit for us. Fuck you.
Hmm.
Literally, fuck you. So
Yeah,
I don't,
man.
it takes a radical to change things. And Trump's a radical and he is changing things.
Yep. He
Like,
is definitely
he's
doing
a
that.
billion years old and poops his pants. So, like, why not? Our radical is much better. Period. Period. We're much better.
Yeah, you got to swing one direction or the other.
He's gonna
And
live more than 15 more seconds.
very true, man. Very true.
No,
Well, happy birthday,
yeah,
America.
happy birthday, America. With my 45 minutes yucking up about that.
Yeah,
Sunday service. We're
that is
15
Sunday
minutes
service
late today because I was vacuuming excitedly.
with new gear.
Well, one of
Uh,
the small vacuum, like the stick vac, is cordless, and to start it, you just pull a trigger. So it's like, "Brrr," and like you can like take the thing off and you can do the couch. Like it's fucking tits.
Dude, it sounds it. It sounds it.
And you just plug it in to charge it. It's in a drawer. You take it and you put it together. Yeah, it's cool.
Dude, I love that. Well, that is good to start the day with because we're doing ADHD planning meeting and finding stuff that makes us excited about doing adult things is crucial. Because otherwise, a lot of times it won't get done. But we try to do this every Sunday. Usually we'll have a week or two in the month where we can't do it. We'll call those bye weeks usually. And we have one next week, and is what I have on my calendar, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm
yeah,
traveling on that day.
yes, right. You're going back home. So yeah, we won't be meeting next Sunday, but we'll meet the Sunday after. And we usually start it with however long, just kind of shooting the shit. And we do this in 4 parts. We will do like a brain dump, and we'll do reflections on the past week, and then we'll do our top 20 for the week, and then we will add things to our calendar. Some tips that we want to focus on. We want to make sure that we honor the moment and set the tone for the planning meeting. So we want to make sure that we're here, grounded, curious, focusing on the ritual aspect of it. We want to curate our vibe with comfy clothes, lighting, whatever you need, and handle basics like snacks and stretching. I'll probably go grab a snack here in a minute. And grab your tools, which could be pens and notebooks, calendar, laptop, phone, whatever you use for this. And then use your resources like Notion's one we use. We also have a template we use. And then we also have a visual video that we have. And we'll be using that in this video to keep us on track. Let me share my screen. Mm, Window.
You remember the neurodivergent friendly workbook of DBT skills?
Yes, I
Well,
do. From Unmask.
because my unmasked group is in its second month now, so we're
Yeah.
getting into shit.
Oh, that's
We're learning about
exciting.
triggers now. We're balls deep, and this is really cool because started creating decks, or as my generation calls them, PowerPoint presentations of the lessons. And like over the last, because our group ended, I think, mid 2025 or 24, I don't even remember.
Sure. I also don't
I
remember.
think 24.
Yeah, it feels like it was probably a longer time ago. So because we were awestruck by how long ago it was. So probably was 24.
So I have had like a year to work on this and like go through all the meetings and all the shit and like come, get my lessons together of all the things that we like learned.
Hmm.
And I have like it's not too structured, but there's if it doesn't want to be, but there is a structure and getting visuals about it and like turning it all into my own information or like
Yeah.
putting it through my cooker and coming out the way that I present information is been fun. So that's what I've been working on the last year. Eh,
I love that. The fact that like the PowerPoint feels very official, very it feels very professional.
Yeah.
Um, how many do you have right now?
Same. There's three of us total.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
I'm gonna do one more group, I think, try to do two at the same time. And I think I want that to only be three people also.
Hmm.
It's a
Yeah, that'll
lot,
make it
a lot.
easier.
Yeah. And like, or maybe four. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, dude. You'll
I
have
feel
to,
like,
if you do that, you'll have to have like a notebook where you keep your notes on how the stuff is going
yeah,
and
well, I
uh,
do actually. Remember this thing that Laura
oh
got?
yeah.
So this is because so next year after these groups go, I'll have my actual notes like on what we actually did every single session, and then I have a tab where it's just my unmasked, because
Hmm.
it's year two for me.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and I have some of my old systems in Notion still that I am updating, and I have like templates. Like for example, this group does not do email. They're like it stresses them out, like they can't handle it, and so we do everything through WhatsApp. And I just put reminders in WhatsApp with the Zoom links, and then I have a couple channels in there about. I have one that is for homework because they actually want homework. Because at least
Nice.
in my experience, it doesn't really happen well, but the people that I have now, they have kind of open schedules at the moment,
Very nice.
like me. So they're craving something to do in between sessions, and we're only doing 3 sessions per month. So sometimes we have one bi-week and sometimes we have two,
Hmm.
and that gives us flexibility. And I was able to do it not having every single week is much better because if someone can't do a week, we can push it off a week and not have to have like some sort of time bank and like scrutinize over every fucking minute. Remember?
Hmm.
So the group
Yes.
do an hour, 30 minutes or less. So like if we're done within an hour, we're done within an hour. But I just made it official, an hour and a half. And then when an hour hits, if we're still going, we're going. If we're not, we're not.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So
We've
so far,
definitely
so good.
learned.
Yeah. And I feel like it's less stressful for the members to not have it be every single month. And not that they've had that experience yet, but me having that experience, I'm like,
Hmm.
and just like knowing your guys' experience, like it was hard to get up here every week. I
Yeah.
feel like I loved it. I really appreciated it. And like I maybe needed that, but it was a lot. It was intense.
Yeah. It was it was definitely helpful, but having like the 3 weeks in the month, I feel like would be really helpful.
Yeah.
So, especially when you're in recovery, like sometimes your brain just needs a break from
Yeah.
that work.
Yeah. We were in like boot camp. So I'm taking it down a notch.
Yeah, I love that. I'm so happy.
You all think of a speech in 10 years about how the first unmasked group was.
Be like, I was there for the first one.
Yeah.
I love that.
Anyway,
Well, we will, are you able to see my screen?
yes, ma'am.
Do I have the right screen on?
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So we will start this with a brain dump. We'll take 20 minutes and we're going to take anything that's taking up space in our brain and just kind of spit it out onto either the paper or the template or whatever. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It could be journaling, it could be lists or a combination, whatever feels right for what's taking up space in your brain right now. And then we'll come back and start reflecting.
Thank you.
All right. That's time. How do we feel?
Pretty good. I have a new focus. Since I have these bye weeks from Unmasked, I'm able to do other stuff on those weeks because the stuff that I want to do for Unmasked, I don't have to, I really can't go too far ahead because I'll get confused. So I'm shifting my focus, which is making me change my notion around. I'm thinking about things a lot differently, meaning I'm picking a focus and then I'm deciding what I'm working on that week. I'm not doing more than one focus per week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's cool. And then I also decided that I have 2 free days a week kind of,
Hmm.
and I can try and finish my yoga and meditation teacher training.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's like such a back burner thing because I need experience in between,
Hmm.
but it's self-paced, so I'm the only one keeping myself accountable for doing it.
I love that you're getting back into that because you do so much for other people. It's nice that you're having something that is just for you.
Yeah, man. Carving out this.
Well,
Oh,
um, we shall move to reflective questions. So, the purpose of this is to think back on the previous week and just kind of write about, you can answer these questions like one by one, or you can do them in like feeding into each other in one big prompt. But we want to think back on our previous week and think about things that we did well, things we want to follow up on. The purpose is not to shame you for shortcomings. It's about a memory exercise and kind of making an attack plan on what we can do better this next week. So we'll take 10 minutes for that, and then we'll come back and do our top 20.
thank you.
All right. So my computer is so slow today. It is not cooperating. So I had to break out the old notebook and start using the old-fashioned way.
Wow.
Um, I know. I don't normally like to do it because I don't like the stress of like my handwriting, and also because my handwriting is not meant to be fast. That's one reason that I always hated taking notes in school.
Mhm.
Um, and uh, also because I like rearranging stuff easily. I like being able to copy and paste and cut and paste. So for me, it's really it's like a commitment. If I'm putting it to paper, I have to decide this is definitely where it's going, and I need to make it legible. Um, and so it's more of an intention thing. So when I'm actually just kind of like scratch paper planning, I prefer to do it digitally. And then when I'm like committing to it, I like to do it on the paper. But we're not doing that today. So
Well then.
yeah. But I mean, this was just reflective questions, so it's not that big of a deal. But I was thinking about going into the top 20. I was like, this is gonna be different.
Yeah, what was it? I mean, like, man,
I
yeah, you're all paper.
know. Just like the olden days. How are you
Olden
feeling?
days, a couple years ago.
Yep, yep, yep.
Ugh. Whoa.
Well, um,
Ah,
we can move on to our top 20, and I
good.
will just practice and see what this will be like on paper. Um, so we'll do 15 minutes for this. We just want to pull out the 20 most important things. It doesn't have to be 20, but we want to try to keep it at or under 20 so we don't overwhelm ourselves. The purpose of this is to practice prioritizing what is feasible for the next week. So we'll take 15 minutes for that, and then we'll come back and start adding things to our calendar.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right, that's time. How'd we do?
Pretty good. I'm getting organized, feeling very organized. What about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm at 12 things. And I'm sure there's more stuff, but those are the things that I'm going to focus on. And some of them are more involved than others. So, hopefully it'll even out and we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Um, so our last section of this is uh our calendar step. So we take things from our top 20 and we add them to our calendar along with things like weather, domestics like chores, pet care, whatever is applicable, meal prep, things like that. And we just want to kind of account for things that might otherwise get neglected by adding intention and adding it to our calendar alongside things like appointments. So we know where we have time to do things and also putting time for like non-committals and non-com times are very important as well. So 10 minutes for that, and we will come back and wrap up for the day.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right, that's time. How'd we do?
Pretty good. I've actually spent some, after the brain dump, I kind of got into organization mode, and I'm really set with my top 20 and the days that I'm going to be plugging in this week since I've not got any social media and I have jobs to do in this house. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna I'm continue getting organized. I think the rest after Sunday service, I think I'm gonna do that. And then Monday, Tuesday are gonna be my solid work from Notion days, like plug-in
Mm-hmm.
days. Um, Friday, Saturday, did I tell you that I officially decided to work for the salon that I've been renting at?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I don't want to be independent anymore. I've been doing this residency at Whistle in East Village for almost 2 years now, or over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And after my recent stint at the worst salon I've ever worked at, Shampoo Avenue B in East and West Village,
Mm-hmm.
um, just feel comfortable committing to the staff at the Whistle is so good, and like I don't want this to be full time for me. So the owner Will is spectacular, and um, when I sent him a message about, because the staff was like, they're hiring, we want, and they have like 75 applications all like every fucking day or something, and
Wow.
it's difficult. So they were like, you should just apply. And I was like, oh my God, that would be like the craziest thing ever. I didn't even consider it really. So he sent me a
Mm-hmm.
message and then we met up and I'm like, well, we know each other. And apparently that morning he talked to me about he talked to his therapist about me and was like, she's like, so how's the hiring process going? He's like, started talking about me. I'm like, well, she has keys. Apparently I trust her. I've had keys for like a long time also. So we both kind of are just like, and I was like, I don't, I'm like, you see how much I work? It's not much. I don't want that to change much. And this is where I'll
Mm-hmm.
commit to. I'll commit to every Friday, Saturday, and I can just block off whatever times I don't want to work. And he's like, perfect.
Wow. That
So,
could not be more perfect for you. Because, like, the main
no,
reason that you went independent in the first place is because you felt undervalued, underappreciated, and you didn't have flexibility and you weren't able to feel comfortable in the space. So, now that you have 2 years working here, you know the people, you know you're accepted, and they've actively told you, like, no, we value you because we trust you and we want you to work here despite all the people applying. And yeah, we're fine with you doing the time that's right for you. That is so amazing. I
yeah.
love this set for you.
And the relationship is already just grounded. This is a place where I know that I can be like, you know what, I only want to work 1 week a month now because I don't live here. And I can still
Mhm.
just have this relationship. And I think that he eventually wants to sell. Like we have a colleague in common, actually, someone that I worked with was going to buy the salon from him like last year. And I was like,
Mhm.
and so like, and I know because other colleagues have told me that like when the lease is up, that he's not going to resign. So like, there's even more opportunity there to expand if I really want to.
Yeah, dude. That's super exciting. I'm so
Uh,
happy for you.
Thank you. It's going to take a load off because I won't have as much, I'll have less overhead.
Mhm.
I can still deal with my clients one-on-one, like they can text me for appointments, but like I just won't need my booking system and I won't have as much maintenance.
Mhm.
I'm still gonna keep doing like I'm still gonna keep doing conscious beauty. I'm still gonna practice it there. I can still do whatever I'd like. I'm just gonna have more, a little bit more, and also less.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have less of this and more of that.
I love that. You get to spend more time on like creating and working with them instead of like organizing everything. And you also have the stability of knowing that, you've got that place sitting there for you. It's not going to disappear tomorrow. You've got income coming in pretty steady. I love that so
Yeah,
much.
pretty pumped. I can still take my 1 or 2 weeks off per month.
Hmm.
Um,
And it
and
should slot in easily with Unmask
right,
because you have
right.
less mental burden as well. You like the time you would spend organizing all of that, you can now move over so that you have more space for Unmask.
Yeah. I just don't have to have as much accountability.
Hmm.
That's why for my conscious beauty stuff. So that'll be nice. So Monday and Tuesday are office days. Tuesday is unmasked day. hopefully my other group will be on Monday. That would be nice because then there'll be two good reasons to plug in.
Hmm.
And then outside of that, and then on Friday and Saturday I'll work in West Village and then um I'm gonna have to see where I can put in my meditation teacher training stuff. I'm thinking that I could be on my days off in the mornings when
Hmm.
I'm like, and those can be like solid meditation yoga days where I'm actually doing meditation and yoga. I've
Right.
curated my environment pretty well, and I think all I need now is a really, 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 really soft rug, and I'll be good to go. And then I feel like I'll have some structure in my life, and I've had conversations with Laura about me needing uninterrupted time,
Hmm.
and we'll see.
I'm so excited, dude. I want to see how this plays out.
So,
This is such an exciting chapter for you.
yeah. I'm glad I had
Well,
that shampoo experience though, because it just made me see Whistle for what it is and
hmm,
how lucky I am to have such a relationship. You know, that place, that shampoo place fucking sucked so much, dude.
yeah.
Ah, abusive. I got written up in the first month twice.
Jeez.
I'm a fucking
Awful.
old ass woman. How dare you?
Yeah, like don't give me detention. What is
Seriously.
happening?
Yeah, so
Ugh.
dumb.
Well, we won't see each other next week. So I expect when we do see each other the week after next, hopefully I can hear a little bit about how this new game plan is working once you get settled back at home. Um, and I'm really excited to hear about that. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, when next time we meet, I'll have done a weekend there.
nice. So we'll have our first little test run done. Alrighty. Well, let's get going on this week and